Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Gwent. Trying out a new deck today. This is called Strong Beast. Basically, the idea of this deck is to have strong monsters, or characters, critters, cards, whatever, that don't really have abilities, but just have high point values, and then to make use of Dimeritium Bomb, which basically resets all units to their base strength. So essentially, this deck is very good. It kind of counters decks that focus on buffing up units and making them stronger, or for that matter, significantly weakening units and making them weaker. It's really kind of a fun deck to play. I've been playing with it. When I kind of built this deck, I didn't expect it to do as well as it has been, but this is pretty much the deck. We've just got a few different creatures here with 7 or 8 point value. I do have 3 Archgriffins in here, which remove weather from my side. They don't remove weather from the opponent's side, but that's okay. And they have still have a 5 point value, which isn't bad. This guy can spawn 3 shadow units, which each have a point value of 1, so this is basically an 8 point card. This guy spawns a lesser fire elemental, which is also a 1 point unit at the start of every turn. And then as for gold cards, I've got Geralt, I've got Zoltan Animal Tamer, and Caranthir, which spawns Frost, and then 2 Wild Hunt Hounds, which I believe off the top of my head are 2 point units. As for special cards, I got a couple of Elzur's Thunder, I've got a Commander's Horn, obviously Dimeritium Bomb, Stammelford's Tremors, a Scorch, and an Adrenaline Rush. And that basically is the whole deck. So let's go ahead and take this into a quick battle. Casual match. Strong Beast. Let's give this thing a test run and see how it performs. Personally, I think it's a fun deck, and it's a pretty straightforward deck, too. Like, there's really no super sneaky stuff going on other than maybe the Dimeritium Bomb. And it looks like we're going to be up against a weather deck. So we'll see how this thing performs. Weather doesn't do too much to my detriment, as long as I have an Archgriffin or 2. I see 1. The Frost, I guess, will be useful. We do have a Manticore. And we do have our Fire Elemental, which will also be quite helpful. Scorch could come in handy. Stammelford's Tremors will definitely come in handy. Honestly, I'm pretty good with this deck, or with this hand. Like, it's a decent hand. It gets my stuff spread out across a whole bunch of different rows, and I only have 1 Archgriffin, which is a little bit of an issue, but I think we'll be okay. So he's going to play Fog and do the Foglets, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and play the Fire Elemental. Now, he may have a Stammelford's Tremors as well, which would be a very helpful card for him to have, but we'll see. I'm just going to start spitting out Fire Elementals at him, though, and we'll take it from there. So this is all good. I could use my Stammelfords and get rid of all of his Foglets right now, but I'm sure he has another Fog option in there to bring him right back, so I'm just going to hold off on that for the minute. Let's go ahead and play... Let's go ahead and play our Drowner in the back here. Excuse me, a little bit of a cough going there, but that's okay. And I do have this Scorch in here as well, so this Ancient Foglet is just going to continue to get buffed up, and I can Scorch it here as well. Spawn 1. Whenever your side absorbs strength. This might not be a run-of-the-mill weather deck like I was thinking it would. Interesting. Let's go ahead and... Well, I don't want to Scorch just yet. Let's go Zoltan, actually. And then we can remove 2 strength by putting that in his row, and that'll get rid of all those Foglets. It's kind of like using my Stammelfords, but without actually using it. So, kind of useful there. Ghoul. Remove a random non-gold unit in either graveyard. Absorb it. Holy cow, that spawned a lot of Ericus. That was a lot. Kind of surprised by that. That's all right. Let's play our Archgriffin here. That'll clear the fog from my row. It doesn't clear it over here, unfortunately, but it still clears it. And then I can get rid of 5 of these units with a Stammelferns if I need to. He's going to play Impenetrable Fog again to refog my units. Can't say that I'm surprised by that, but that's okay. This guy is not immune to frost. Do I Stammelfords now? Let's see. That would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think that's acceptable value. I'm good with that. That's going to get rid of most of what he has on the board. Knock him down to 13. We both have 6 cards because he's already played his leader card. And that's going to spawn 1. And I'm just going to keep pushing up here with this Fire Elemental card is just such a beast of a card. It's almost unfair. Let's go ahead and Scorch and get rid of this Vampire. Oh, he's got a Manticore, does he? I also have a Manticore. And he's going to put out his Geralt. Okay. My Dimeritium Bomb is not going to be helpful in this situation. I hate to play Geralt, but it may be necessary. Or I could play Aridin. I mean, they're both going to be immune to frost. Let's go ahead and play Aridin. I'll keep Geralt. We'll see what he has. I've still got 2 gold cards left in my hand. We're all kind of going all out this round. He does... Wow, that was an 8. At this point, the Dimeritium Bomb actually could be very useful. I don't think it affects stuff that's under weather, but let's go for it. Let's try it out. Oh, it does. It fixes their strength from weather, so that's awesome. Today I learned. But the big thing is it took those buffs off over there. Oh, wow. 56, 53. And we can basically guarantee, well, maybe not guarantee, but we can definitely get a nice advantage here with this with the frost. I think that means I win this round. He's got 1 card. He needs... Okay, and he doesn't have... Yeah, we're good. Alright, so we've got an equal number of cards going into round 2. One of mine is Geralt, which is kind of a big deal. Oh, and my Manticore stays. We got lucky on that, actually, because my Manticore is a pretty good unit. And we got an Archgriffin, too, which is also quite helpful. And I go first, so we're going to go ahead and just play our Drowner. We'll see what he's got. He's got a Ran Warrior as well. I'll play Geralt. Okay, so he can slash. Alright, he needs a 15-point card, and he forfeited. There you go. Send good game. That was actually, that could have gone either way. It all really came down to that first round there. We both went all out. But I'll take it. But I mean, that was, that's pretty much the Strong Beast deck. Nothing too fancy, you know, but it gets the job done, and it's a fun one to play. Let's play one more match, and we'll see if we can go 2-0 with this deck. I think another thing that this deck kind of has going for it as well is that a lot of people, when you see monsters, you just kind of expect weather, especially when you see Aridin, because he's immune to frost. So it kind of throws people off at the beginning, too. This isn't a monster deck like most that I've seen, at least. All right, let's see what we got here. So we do have a Fiend. It's really the only melee guy that I've got that isn't gold. Geralt I'll keep. I would like to have Dimeritium Bomb. Let's get rid of Stammelford's. There's our Dimeritium Bomb. Okay. I think I'm good with that. That's the other thing, too. As long as you get Dimeritium Bomb, you can pretty much make this strategy work with just about any hand that you draw, because all the monsters are pretty much the same thing. They all do the same thing. They're just strong monsters with high point values and no abilities, other than those Archgriffins. I will probably have to deal with weather in this, since we're playing a monster deck. My turn first, huh? Okay, let's go... Let's throw out a Drowner. Let's see what he thinks of that. We'll see what he goes for. Golem. Okay, so we might have a spawn deck here. That's perfectly fine. When remove spawn. Okay. Let's go a Vran, a warrior. What's he got? I'm still trying to figure out exactly what type of deck he has, but we'll see. You've been looking at that card right here for quite a while. Oh, there he goes. Running out of time. It's only the second turn. 3 shadow units. Oh, that was another thing I forgot to mention about that card. Those 3 shadow units each take 3 points off of an opponent, which is also pretty cool. Now, this actually could be a situation where the Dimeritium Bomb would be helpful in the other way. Rather than taking away buffs from my opponent, it could be used to basically restore my units to full strength if he has a deck that kind of focuses on damaging my units. That could also be very useful. And now we know it works on weather as well. I think I'll probably play my Manticore next. I'm going to try and save my gold cards. Alright, so we got a couple... Wild Hunt Rider, but only 2... Unless he's got a second one in his hand. It's kind of a weird play. If his deck only has 2 Wild Hunt Riders, that's not really getting the full value of those cards. It's a little funky. And I don't know why you would not... if you had multiple Wild Hunt Riders in your hand, I don't know why you wouldn't toss them at the beginning when you can redraw. It's a little weird. But we've got a 9-point advantage right now. He may pass here. Or maybe not. Maybe he's got... Commander's Horn. Now see, here's where I'm going to get some nice value for this Dimeritium Bomb, because my units are weakened and his units are strengthened, so I can get some good stuff with that. We're going to hold on to it for a little bit longer, and I think I'm going to go ahead and play Aridin. See if we can get another buff card out of him. Maybe I'll get lucky and he'll play another Commander's Horn or something similar. But yeah, we'll get a nice spread with that Dimeritium Bomb. That'll be a nice point flip. My opponent is spending a lot of time thinking in this game, it seems. This deck has kind of thrown him for a loop. There we go. So Foglet, 1 point, nothing too massive there. I wish he'd buff up this Golem one more time to make it just a tiny bit stronger. I'd like to hold my Archgriffins for when he does play weather, because he probably, I mean, he's got a lot of weather cards in here. If he doesn't have any weather at all, I'd be pretty surprised. Although, actually, I've got the Dimeritium bomb, so let's just go ahead and play our Archgriffin here. Because the Dimeritium bomb will basically fix weather for me as well. Okay, and he's slashed. So now, we're at 34, he's at 34. Let's see how much of a spread this gives us. A Dimeritium bomb, that was a 26-point swing. And he has now realized that he has lost the round. And I can go ahead and pass as well. And the nice thing as well about having this, I say as well a lot, I just realized that. The nice thing about kind of this whole strong monsters deck is that pretty much no matter what monster sticks around at the end, when you go into the next round, you're still going to have a decently strong monster for the most part. The exception being this fire golem, or this fire elemental, I should say, which I want to get out early so we can get maximum value out of it, because every turn this round goes on, I'm going to get another point. And I can buff those all up with Zoltan at the end of the round, too, which will be very helpful. So I can get some very nice value out of that fire elemental. Okay, so we've got fog. It's not unexpected. Let's play Geralt. Now, he may have a Stammelford's or something that would knock all these out. I probably should have played my Griffin in retrospect. Ah, yep. Knew it. Remove 1 strength. Should have... Oh, well. It is what it is. Now, the strongest non-gold unit is currently his Wild Hunt Warrior. So let's play this Scorch and get rid of that. We'll see. And I can get 6 points back with this Archgriffin. So that'll be an 11-point swing. And then I can get Zoltan out there as well, which will buff those up and give me an extra 6. So that'll be a 13. So I basically have a 11, 13, and then an 8 that I'm holding on to. He does have a little bit of a card advantage on me, and he does still have Aridin in his back pocket as well, where I already spent mine, unfortunately. Giant Toad. Okay. Let's go ahead and play the Fiend. Ancient Foglet. Alright, we're going to play the Archgriffin. That gives me the lead. And we're both kind of going all out in this round, but that's okay. And he's got a Ciri. Alright. Which is actually kind of a problem for me. But if we win this round... Oh, you know what? I should have done... I should have done the other one to get rid of all those, but oh well. That might cost me the game. That might cost me the game. We'll see what this... It all depends on what this last card... Oh, and he still has Aridin, though. I'm going to lose. Ah, dang it. Oh well. I may have lost it anyway, honestly. Not your lucky day. Yeah, he's got Geralt and then Aridin as well. So he's going to win this one, and odds are... Unless I get something really... Unless I get really lucky with the card that stays on the field, I'm probably going to lose the second round here as well. Although I only lost by 2. So yeah, actually, if I had picked the right one... Well, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, he's got me beat. It's his turn. Resistance is futile. And we'll just get rid of the... We'll play it out. Why not? We'll let him play his last card and actually win it. That was a good game. That was actually a very good game. I could have gone either way. Card advantage is such an important thing in Gwent. I mean, you can see right there, that one extra card that he had made the whole difference for the whole game. That was a good game. GG Caps, or however you pronounce your name. That was fun. But anyway, that's the Strong Monsters deck. Nothing amazingly fancy, but fun deck to play, and, gets the job done. And kind of a budget deck, too. Most of the cards in there are all relatively inexpensive cards. There's nothing too incredibly fancy in there, all fairly easy to get. But anyway, guys, I'm out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.